So a really nice Tesla setup here this morning. Took a little bit of time to develop, but we had to wait for that morning weakness to sort of show itself before looking to play this to the downside. This ended up being a BB reversal here, where we had kind of a volume divergence reversal or sort of a failed breakout setup at highs after yesterday's trending conditions here to the downside. So we're looking for opportunities to continue with that weakness narrative. And that's essentially what we took advantage of here this morning. So a failed breakout attempt, 2 attempts to make higher highs. Both of those attempts failed. And then we got a nice confirmation candle close back down towards those lows. So looking for reversal towards sort of the midline and then bottom line on this BB reversal. See how this candle closes, but it's a good volume profile. Good kind of back-to-back rejections here. And then increasing selling pressure. So if this thing can close with a little bit of strength, be interesting. I like the lower low. I like the lower high. So it's starting to feel like I'm getting a few symptoms of like it's back breaking a little bit. So can I get basically enough confirmation here in that strength to convince me? As close to 256 as possible, right, is a good close. Okay, not bad, right? Not bad. You're getting really good risk reward here towards low of day. So let's watch. Again, right? Reward specific. So make a specific price decision. Pick a specific target that you're looking at, right? And let price come to you. All right, guys, I am in. Average price 256.62 to the downside. 256.62. So watching this back, pretty happy with my entry price. I think I got a little bit of slippage on this. I wanted to get a little bit of an earlier fill than I actually did. So, okay, that helped me out a little bit, but pretty much spent 0 time in the red here. So pretty happy with this entry. And yeah, the thesis holds up really well in hindsight. So yeah, no complaints on this trade. Okay, so far so good here, right? And look to scale out as we break down under 256. I'll close a quarter of my position at that area. So that'll be the first profit target if I can get that breakdown. Oh, that was definitely going to happen there. So let's see if it has the juice here to break. 15 cents, 10 cents. Come on. But I love those trades where I'm green almost immediately. So now if I can get a little bit of further separation and get to that sort of risk-free mode, that would be ultimately the best feeling on this trade. Really making me work so far today. So I want to be a little bit cautious that I'm not trading this too emotionally. I don't really feel that here yet, but going to be looking to scale out here again, right? Like I said, just under that 256. 4 cents. It's buy to close, right? I'm buying to close about a quarter of my position because I'm short here. Okay, 5 cents. Come on, break down, you prick. There we go, guys. All right, closed off about a quarter of my position at that 256 area. And now let's see how much further follow through this thing has to the downside. Clearly, the market needed my encouragement there to finally break down. I think that's the first time I've actually asked for it to break, and then it kind of cooperates and does it for me. So nice to see that. Well done, everybody. It's even keep getting a bit of further follow through. Nice, Ruben. Good entry. Good entry. I'm pretty happy with my entry too, to be honest. Yeah, see if this thing can break down. Stop loss is still at my original location. We get to 2R, then I'll move my stop loss above my entry price. Hopefully we can get a little bit of further follow through, but we'll see. I want to give this a little bit of breathing room. There we go. So we can get some further breakdowns here. Nice. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Starting to really break down on us. So let's see how much further follow through this thing has. Next profit target is going to be 256.60, we'll call it. Or sorry, 255.60. And I'll trim off to I have about a half of my original position. And we'll see if this thing can keep going. So far, so good, though, right? Really good patient trading here this morning to wait for this setup to develop until we actually got confirmation of that breakdown. Good volume divergence reversal, right? Back-to-back increasing higher highs on decreasing volume outside of the Bollinger Band. We knew we had a good opportunity for reversal setup. Then we got a high volume confirmation candle, lower low, lower highs on increasing outlier volume. Got a good enough pullback to justify 4-to-1 risk reward towards low of day. So had all the sort of elements here that we needed for a successful trade. So pretty awesome that it came together for us here really nicely. And gonna look to take some off here in about 10 more cents here. Then I'll have about half of my original position left, and I'll try to have that remainder down towards low of day. Okay, there we go. Took some more off. Actually got to fill 255.58. Stop loss is now at my entry price. Great trade, everybody. Great trade. Hopefully a few of you guys are in this with me as well and banking on this play. But well done here. No reason for this to now go red, right? Please do not give away your gains on this. It pulls back, right? Is what it is. Managed our exposure, we managed our risk, we scaled out on the way down. If we don't get that max follow through, we cannot hold on to this thing stubbornly. Right? It is what it is if it stops you out, but you got to make sure you're protecting those wins, right? $0.10 away. Come on, break down. Give me some breathing room again. Yeah, fair enough. For me, it was once that psychological level broke. We couldn't break down under that 256, right? So that just became a logical area for me to want to trim some off. Right? Because we saw this candle not be able to hold that. So that was why I trimmed it there. But that should have meant you hopefully you were able to take your profit off though, right? At some point. Man, Ruben, why are you not taking a win there? Nice, Rusty. Hope you have yourself a fantastic holiday, man. That's a nice way to end the week. Well done. Ruben, you gotta think a little bit. Like, I know our process is trying to be as systematic as possible, but you gotta think about protecting your gains too, right? So if your entry here now is 15 cents, right, later than what I got, okay, obviously your ratios are going to be different than what I'm doing. You got to think a little bit, right? But if I've already scaled out twice and you haven't considered taking profit once, maybe the question you got to ask yourself is why you're being so greedy in that context, right? Where there maybe doesn't necessarily need to be that. It doesn't mean you can't get follow through. It doesn't mean you can't get your 1R here. Man, the point here is to stack up your wins, right? To get to that risk-free, to de-risk. And then once you kind of get through that structure, get through that, right? Okay, then you can kind of do whatever you want, right? You can be more aggressive. You can be more whatever. We're looking great here still, right? We're looking fantastic. So right now, right, just for reference, for my personal P&L here, I'm up about total R of what I had on this trade, right? So just to use hypothetical numbers, right? Let's say I had $10 of risk, right, for this entire trade. If I got stopped out, I would have lost $10. Right now, I'm up about $9, right, based on that. So now that I'm risk-free, I can't lose any money. I'm willing to let to see how far this can go or how aggressive this thing can kind of go. And I'm at that point, right? But what you need to do to not confuse yourself with your technique, take what you're doing and do the same thing over and over again. And I would say the technique that you should be focusing on is how can I get to that risk-free as soon as possible while still giving this trade the space to breathe, right? Got to be a little bit sometimes more proactive versus reactive. Ruben, your take profit rules are to take profit, right? To make money. So my objective is always to get to that risk-free. Now you should be being able to get to that 1R here. What I would say is just pick what you want to do and be consistent with what you're managing, right? Or how you're doing it. Usually when I'm breaking through that initial resistance, okay, that's a good spot to get to risk free, right? Where I can now kind of have zero stress, zero rush, zero pain on this trade whatsoever, right? And I can now just kind of pick points on the Bollinger Bands, right, to now scale out. So next target, right, 254.75. So now, right, I know my order's kind of hanging out. I know what my next zone is, and I can just keep scaling out. So 254.75, right, next profit target. I've got that waiting. Again, right, buy to close. Closing about a half of my current position. Again, right, just another quarter. Closing in quarters on this trade. And then I'll leave that final remaining chunk to be pretty small. Okay, now at this point, right, my P&L is about 1.4, 1.5 times what my initial risk was, right? So if I can keep getting a bit of further follow through here, that's where I kind of start to get that significant returns or significant kind of moves from a risk perspective, right? For getting that multi-R payout. But I'm trying to get to that risk-free as soon as possible, because all of a sudden, now I can be way more aggressive, way more conservative on this lottery ticket. And that's where the real money comes in, right? Having cash for that follow through, having a position for that follow through is what gets you paid. But you want to get to that position where you're risk free, right, as soon as possible, because otherwise you just build up stress. And the more stress you build up in a trade, the harder it is to make a decision. So there we go, guys. Closed a little bit off there at 254.75. I got a quarter of my original position left. I'm going to see how far this thing can run down. Any guys, any questions about this trade? Hopefully a few of you all are in this and banking on this play as well. But fantastic win here, right? This has been a textbook little breakdown. Been a ton of fun to trade this. So hopefully a few of you guys are crushing this trade here too. And let's see if we can keep getting a bit of further follow through, right? But this was exactly the trade that we were looking for all week. And we finally got it. So nice of us to manage our risk appropriately, right? And now this is turning into a fantastic, really nice week. So well done, everybody. Congratulations to everyone who caught this. Hopefully a few of you guys are still in this trade. And yeah, a few of you guys on your funded accounts. I've gotten a few texts from you guys banking on this. So congratulations. And so, yeah, absolutely, right? And we pretty much played the exact same thesis, Rusty, except we actually got the confirmation candle today, right? So we played the exact same thesis, exact same idea like we were looking at yesterday on Tesla. And then boom, right? Now we have a good follow through. Yeah, same as me, Ruben. I got a quarter left too. So let's see how much follow through we can get. But yeah, best job in the world when we get a trade like this, guys. Best job in the world. Anyone still in this with me? Ruben, I know you're crushing it. What was your entry price, Greg? See if we can make sure that we don't get those late entries, because those can sometimes be very, very painful. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little chunk off here at 254, about half a lot. Again, right? I love just being in the habit of taking money off on the way down, right? As my P&L is increasing. Best habit in the world. Taking a little bit more off here at 254 if I can get a fill. There we go. And then I got a pretty small chunk left, about a fifth of my original position. And let's see if this thing can break down. But this is a great day here, guys, right? Fantastic session. This is the trade we're waiting for all week, right? Getting that one nice follow through. Jason, I don't know if you're still in here, but you called the bull trap, man. You called the bull trap. So well done. All right, now let's just keep focusing on building that confidence so you can hopefully trade more of those bull traps. But yeah, now targeting 252. All right, that's going to be my next zone here. Let's go, Greg. Nice work. Okay. It's not terrible, but what I would say is you need to start setting your pending orders within that sort of entry box. So, because in theory, right, if you're getting stopped out from that area, you're losing about 40% more on that trade than I am, right? And so that becomes a pretty significant difference in our actual final outcomes. So what I'd want, right, is when we identify these entry zones, basically pick your price in between 257.50 and 256.40 and execute once it hits that level, or set a pending order inside that level. Because chasing that entry here or being late on that entry, it worked out this time, but when it doesn't work out, it's gonna, your ratio of how much you make versus lose is going to be really skewed. And so we want to avoid that as much as possible. I think what the best thing that I've seen people do is when I call out a price, right? Say I got in, like in this case, right, 256.62. When I call that out, you then, if that's what your objective, right, is to enter in after I have, you want to use me as like one of your signals, is to then set your price above your entry price to be above mine, right? So then if it pulls back after entering, you get a 256.75 or something like that, all of a sudden, right, you're getting a better risk reward ratio and a better fill price. Let's go, Greg. Nice work. Well done, Rusty. Well, knowing our Mondays, probably won't be any action, so you're not going to miss out on too much. But hopefully that was in the eval account as well, man. Great little rip, though, right? $3. You'll take that all day long. What a trade, guys. Let's go. I fucking love this job. So again, I'll take off a little bit more here at 253, about half of what I have left. Oh. And yeah, this is going fantastically here, guys. So let's see if we can keep getting a bit of further follow through here. 5 cents away, 2 cents away. Did you catch this, Callum? That's fair. Yeah, fair enough. We can't really complain with your track record. You've been crushing it, so I got no beef there. And you caught, what was it, meta yesterday, right? Where we didn't, so pros and cons to every technique, right? Nothing solves for 100%. I love that you're fine with it. That's perfect. Nice, Dwayne. How did the scaling out go? Yeah, dude, totally. It is the worst feeling to miss a big win, but you have your process for a reason, right? You've got your success for that way for a reason. So this didn't hit your rules, then it didn't really bother you, right? If it follows your rules and then it moves, those for me are the hardest ones to get over. Hell yeah, Greg, let's go. What'd you do? How'd you manage your stop loss? Like where'd you push it up to? Yeah, it's nice to have a good week here, right? Nice to have a good week here. So we had to work a little bit hard for it Monday, Tuesday, but today, Thursday, right? I don't know, it's like Sesame Street here, but certainly a little bit of a nicer week when you finally get that payout for that hard work. It's unlucky, Jared. Well done, Greg. Well done, man. It's a fantastic rip still, right? And $2. Let's go, right? That's sick. Only need like 5 or 6 of those trades to pass your evaluation or get a pretty nice payout, right? That's really what we got to focus on. It's quality, not quantity here. Okay. So once your P&L was up 10%, I get that, yeah. Yeah, John, it's just going to take you a little bit of time. I wouldn't worry about that. That's sort of the point of the first month anyway. Right, is to kind of master some of those operational stuff, build up some of that muscle memory. So that's totally normal, right? And that's why the program is kind of structured this way. Like, I hopefully try to make it pretty clear of what my entry targets are going to be kind of before they happen. So hopefully you guys can kind of plan out those. And then the scale outs, we can work on that together to kind of make you a consistent plan that you're always kind of getting the most out of yourself. But the more of these that you see, the more of them that you practice, more of them that you execute on this sim, the more confident you're going to get. And then that's just going to speed up your process all in all. Like, I'm a big believer in the, I think it was Confucius, right? He said, like, I see and I forget, I do and I remember, or I hear and I forget, I see and I remember, I do and I understand. Sounds good, Aimnesh. Yeah, sounds good. Always love seeing new strategies, new ideas, back tests. That's always fun. So yeah, happy to take a look. Yeah, guys, any questions about this Tesla? I still have a small chunk left here, about a fifth of my original position. Um, like the fib entry zones, you mean, Aimnesh? So it really mostly works when you're, well, you know your stop loss, right? So, yeah, one sec, Fernando, one sec. So basically, once I know where my stop loss needs to be, I can kind of look for, or I'm trying to find basically a binary way of picking my ideal entry price. So in this context, right, for example, this is my confirmation candle, right? Okay, normally stop loss high of my confirmation candle, but I've got a wick here, so I know that my stop loss needs to be this area, right? So we'll call it 257.50. And I know that my, call it here, right? Here's my, and here's kind of how it's mapped out, right? Essentially. So then what I'm looking for is I'm drawing out from, fuck's sake, drawing out from high a day here. Oh, it's the other way around. If I'm bearish, right, I'm drawing from low of, or from this sort of perceived entry target, right, or this zone towards high a day, which then kind of gives me a pocket here, right? So it gives me a bit of entry price where I can kind of look for a risk reward zone, right, that is justifiable towards sort of this low of day. Now in this context, right, I know that my target needs to be 254.70. So I don't need to get a 2-to-1 risk reward towards low of day, but I'm basically just drawing out this fib from the low of my confirmation candle to my stop loss location, or my high of my confirmation candle to the low of my stop loss location, depending on if I'm bullish or bearish, and then using that as a rough criteria to find my ideal entry zone. And the objective here is to try to make that as binary as possible, so that I'm not basically entering on a feeling. I'm entering on a specific price, something that I can kind of go back and back test. In this context, I didn't have to necessarily be that specific. I could have essentially just tried to get 2-to-1 risk reward right towards that midline. So any point where I'm getting 2-to-1 risk reward, I'm relatively happy with. And so my objective was to get right around that 60 area, because then I'm risking about $1, right, to make $2. So I'm getting sort of really good risk reward there within that context. So that ended up being more the logic for the entry. But if I'm using those fibs, it's always from, yeah, high to low or low to high. And then Fernando, right, this was just a BB reversal setup here. So we made higher highs, consistently made higher highs on decreasing volumes. So as we had a breakout through the Bollinger Bands, right, we weren't able to sustain price action higher. So fake out 1, fake out 2 on kind of a weak volume profile, right? So weaker volume than what we saw in the breakout. So not exactly a strong indication of bullish momentum. Then once we saw signs of weak bears, we had a clear reversal candle, right? So a candle that looked a bit more like second most bearish than least bearish or neutral bearish, and on bigger volume than sort of the weak bulls that we saw at these highs. So fat extended bands plus weak bulls. We knew that we had an opportunity for sort of reversal price action. So then we knew that profit target needed to be that sort of midline there on the Bollinger Band, stop loss high a day, and look for a pullback to give me a 2-to-1 risk reward towards that entry zone. And so that's all it was, right? So kind of a volume divergence or a weak bull breakout here, failed breakout, and then reversal candle, reversal volume, and we're able to run this thing down towards sort of 254. That makes sense? So fake out 1, right? Attempt to break out here, not able to sustain after what looks like a confirmation. and then second attempt to make that move, can't do it again, right? So if bulls were strong, right, why weren't they strong after that big volume bar? So I'm basically being told here that we maybe have like exhaustion, or that they're out of momentum, right? Because if they were strong, I would have expected them to have reclaimed control here and push price action higher. The fact that bulls couldn't, or that bulls failed there, right, kind of makes me think that, hey, that I didn't get enough follow through, or I'm not getting the reaction I wanted. So bulls weak, right? Bulls are maybe a little bit trapped, or maybe a little bit extended. Can I get a reversal here? And then I'm looking for a reversal setup. So failed confirmation, right? Failed breakout can lead to reversal setup, as long as then that reversal volume steps in. So it's basically, right, when we were here, we were looking for a breakout trade towards 260. Yeah, it's high a day, Fernando. Stop at high a day, target midline, then bottom line the BBs. Could be that same info inside the Discord as well. So basically, once this flips from being a breakout setup and we get a failed breakout, we're now being told that we have weak bears, right? Failed breakout equals, weak bulls. I'm ridiculous sometimes. So yeah, we kind of got told there that we have weak bulls, right? So once I have weak bulls, can I now look for reversal momentum at an area of perceived resistance, right? Upper extended Bollinger Band, perceived resistance. So that was the look, right? And then we had a 3 for 3 to the downside there yesterday as well, right? So we had trending price action here lower. So we're looking for basically trend continuation of yesterday's narrative. Well done, Ruben. Well done. Yeah, hopefully a few more of these trades, Ruben, you'll keep building up that confidence. But that's exactly what we want to be doing, right? Follow your plan from start to finish. That's the way that you're going to build up that sort of repetition and sort of that conviction. So well done. Still in here, guys, right? I am still in. My stop loss is just at my entry price. So I'm basically going to see if I can still get that move towards low of day. But yeah, not going to be placing any further trades here or doing anything crazy. I'm basically just trying to see how much follow through I can get on this lottery ticket. Sounds good, Martin. Well done, man. Look, you're going to build up that confidence too, so just keep stacking it up. But great for you to see a nice win and start to get kind of a feel for how things move. So you'll build up that confidence. You're doing well. Hey, glad you crushed it, Greg. That was a lot of fun, man. Congratulations. And yeah, we'll be back at it again tomorrow. I'm still going to stick around and watch for a little bit, guys. I still have a open position. But I'm practically playing Angry Birds on my friends here. I got not too much to do here. Yeah, have yourself a great day, Jason. Swear one of these days, man, you're going to catch one of these big ones. Soon enough, man. Soon enough. Well done, Ruben. Keep up the good work, man. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, it's up to you, Dwayne. If you want to do it through me, I'll get a little kind of kickback. And if you want to do it through the program specifically through me, you're one of the older members, so we can kind of work something out. So send me a message, and we can kind of figure something out for you. Okay, so final profit target is going to be low of day, right? 252 is going to be final target here. But yeah, guys, what a trade. I'm grinning ear to ear. So not too much else for me to do here, right? Just kind of watching, trying to see how much more follow through I can possibly get. Yeah, just watching here, guys. Nothing for me to do. Many of you guys are left in the stream. Who are the Warriors? Let's go. Anyone here that's just like checking out DTR from the course access that they unlocked in the last few days? If so, say hello. Oh, I just said if you know, I don't know, Fernando, you probably saw, but I made the course available to members of the Market Minute newsletter. And so I was just trying to see if anyone was checking out the course or looking at the stream through the course while they have access for their set amount of days. All right, final call for questions here. As we're gonna kill the stream and start getting ready for a few of the one-on-ones here this afternoon. Final call for questions. If you guys have anything, happy to answer those here now. Otherwise, not going to be doing anything else here. Aggressive. Very happy on the day. 4 for 5 on the week, right? We're having ourselves a fantastic one here all of a sudden. And a little bit of some P&L separation here, right, today. So well done, everybody. Hopefully can continue this strong momentum here rest of the week. But yeah, no reason to do anything else here crazy today. And yeah, you basically have a bracket order set, either closing the remainder of my position at 252 or getting stopped out at my entry price at 256.60. So pretty much just hanging out until either one happens. But no real point for me streaming there. I'm just going to rather make some breakfast and yeah, get ready for this one-on-one. But if you guys have any questions, happy to answer those here. Final call. Otherwise, that's going to be it here for the day. All right, everyone. Well, if no further questions, and I hope you all have yourselves a fantastic rest of the afternoon. Well done executing that Tesla trade here this morning. And I'll be back at it again here tomorrow at 8:50 for that next pre-market prep. We'll finish off the week with a bang. So congratulations, everybody. Hope you all had a fantastic day, and we'll be back at it again tomorrow. Same deal like always, right? If you have any questions, hit me up outside of market hours, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.